we are going to study the subject Science and Technology Part 2. Before starting the lecture, I would like to give some instructions to you all and you have to follow those. Okay, so first is keep your mic on mute mode. Raise your hand if you want to ask doubt, question, or other you want to give an answer. After asking a question or after giving an answer, kindly mute your mic again. Okay. You should keep your notebook and pen handy to write down some important points. Okay. Do not use your mobile while charging. Okay. It will gonna harm you. Write your name in your profile, Zoom profile. Okay. Follow these instructions and we will start with our topic. Before starting, I would like to just summarize what we have studied in the previous lecture. We have studied about the ecosystem. What are the types of ecosystem? Then we have discussed about the biotic, abiotic components. Then we are focused on the relationship of environment and ecosystem. Then we discussed about its environment, what are its types. Then we talk about the science that dealing, which is responsible, which is studying the ecosystem. That science is known as ecology. Then we move towards the factors affecting the environment. The main factor is pollution. Okay. Then we have studied about the types of pollution. Right, students? Yes, we have studied all these parts. We have to, I just took a quick recap of this. Uh, let me share you my screen. And that screen, I'll ask you some questions. And you have to give the answers. But before answering, you have to raise your hand. Okay? Okay, here we go. Here is my screen. So today's subject is Science and Technology Part 2. We are continuing the chapter number 4, Environmental Management, Session 2. Let me ask you a few questions. Okay, just be ready. Get ready for your questions. Here comes the first one. What is an ecosystem? Okay. Saiba, can you answer this question? Just unmute yourself and give the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Interaction between biotic and abiotic component is called ecosystem.
Very good, Saiba. Very good. Now mute your mic again. We'll go for the next question. Which is the largest ecosystem? Who will gonna answer this question here? Ruba. Ruba, can you answer this question?
Earth
Yes.
is the largest ecosystem.
Very good, Ruba. Very good. The Earth is the largest ecosystem. Now kindly mute your mic again. We'll go for the next one. A very easy. Here you have to identify the following pictures as natural pollution and artificial pollution. Have a look. Can you identify this picture? Okay. Nazia, can you answer this question? Nazia?
Yes, teacher. Artificial pollution.
Very good. This is a artificial pollution. And this one?
Natural pollution.
Good. Very good. Nazia, now you can mute your mic. Very good, Nazia. You have done a good job. So we have studied the pollution, the types of pollution, natural and artificial. Due to this pollution, we are getting some negative impact right on the environment. You can also call it as a problem. We are facing some problems. To resolve all these problems, what is the needed? What is needed? It is needed environmental conservation. So how we will control? How we will conserve the environment? By controlling the pollution. Okay, so let us talk about why is it said that pollution control is important. We'll just have a look of this. Why it is important to control the pollution? So in the previous lectures, we have studied so many problems of pollution. They are impacting, they are giving a bad impact, they are giving a negative impact on the environment. To reduce that environment, we need to control the pollution. Now see, let us one by one. Which are the problems? Here is the global warming. Okay, you can see here the temperature of the earth is very high because of global warming. But what is global warming is the high rise in temperature. So what are the reason to rise in temperature? The greenhouse gases, they are getting emitted in the environment by burning fossil fuels, coal, petrol. There is one more reason like deforestation. Because of all this, what is happening? The atmospheric temperature is getting higher and higher. There are some gases like carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon, sulfur hexafluoride. These are the gases which are responsible for the global warming, and they are emitted by the industries or some activities by humans. They are getting emitted in the atmosphere, and the atmospheric temperature is getting risen. That is known as global warming. And next one is the melting of the polar region ice. Why it is getting melted? Again, same because of global warming. Global warming, because of global warming, ice the polar region is getting melted, and it is leading to the rise in the temperature of the ocean, or all the parts of the water, they are getting risen up. Okay, the third one is a waste accumulation. Waste accumulation is also a part which is causing pollution, and it is giving a bad impact. There are various sources of waste like domestic source, commercial source, industrial waste, agricultural waste. They are what they are giving out the waste, and that waste is getting accumulated in the environment. You can see in this picture the waste is accumulated here. They are polluting the nature, they're polluting the water, they're polluting the land. So it is one of the major problems. Next one is air pollution. You know about pollution, how it is getting polluted. It is because other activities, natural calamities, air is getting polluted. Okay, problem is caused by depollution. Loss of
तुला नंतर फोन करते जरा नंतर फोन करते
balance is getting disturbed, and it is ultimately affecting the existence of the human organism. So these are problems to get resolved. There is a huge need of environmental conservation. What we will get by if we'll conserve the environment, what we'll get, what why it is needed to reduce the atmospheric temperature. As of now, I gave you the examples why the atmospheric temperature is getting risen up. So we have to reduce that temperature so that we will get the cool and very healthy atmosphere, right? It is a need. Okay, then to increase the quality of air, water and cell, we have to increase the quality. But because of it, what we will get, we will offer a fresh air to breathe, and we'll get a clear water. So and that will lead to the healthy environment. Next, we have to conserve the natural resources. They are limited in the environment, so we do not snatch it. We have to conserve, save them generation. To prevent nature, biodiversity, those species are endangered or which are not, we are not can conserve them, we can for the future generation. It will grow to more plant species. What environment conservation, when we give some kind of a protection to them, and they will win. You know, after this, what will happen? Temperature will get reduced, we'll get a pure air, we'll get a clear water, natural resources are in their balanced place, biodiversity is there. So it will create a healthy planet. If there is a planet is healthy, our life will also become healthy, and we will give a quality life to the future generation. So this is the need of the environmental conservation. Moving to the next is, for this purpose, what we have to do, we have to conserve the environment. But to do this, we can conserve the environment, we have to do something. We have to create an awareness among the people. General public is not aware about the rules of environment conservation and rules of the laws. They are not aware of it. We have to create awareness amongst the general public by making use of all the media like TV, radio, newspapers, social media, so that general public will come to know about the rules and regulations of environmental conservation. Nowadays, for example, nowadays we are getting a caller tune in which we can precautionary measures to avoid COVID-19. What is this? They are creating awareness in the common people or a general public by this media. They are using this media. The government is using all types of media to create an awareness. So it is very important to create awareness. The next, what comes? The participation of people. All the people, we have to participate in large scale to conserve the environment, to conserve the environment. Because when we all come together, the whatever is our task, it will get completed within the shorter period of time. Then public movement, there should be public, they should come and participate in the movements like Pani Foundation is doing, Jal Saheli Apna Talab. What they are doing, they are working for the water conservation. Inculcate values. We have to inculcate some positive attitude, affection towards environment, scientific attitude in the public. We have to create. If we start that from the childhood, it will create a future generation will get benefited by that. How we will inculcate these values from childhood? Very simple examples. You can tell your child, do not waste water, do not waste your food materials, do not pluck flowers, do not pluck leaves, do not harm them. They are also good. So these are which we can do in our because of this they will create affection, they will create nature. We don't have to pluck the flower, we don't have to tear the paper, we don't have to waste litter here there. So these are some techniques or small things you can do in your day-to-day life. Inculcation of value के बाद है after awareness through education. Education plays a very important role. How can you give awareness to the education? Like you can do various activities at your school level. You can celebrate science day. You can celebrate science day. You can take quiz contest. You can take speech, essay, various types of drawing competition, science run. You can visit to sanctuary, national park. That will create awareness in the minds of students that we have to conserve the environment. They will start searching, they will start reading, and automatically they will create this awareness and that values also that we have to conserve the environment. Now, future plans and constitution. All the countries accepted that responsibility of environment protection is our responsibility, and they define some future plans and have constituted the necessary laws too. There are some laws and wildlife conservation. There is a environment conservation law. The laws are created, but we are not aware. So we have to make aware of these laws, and we have to follow these instructions to conserve the environment and contribute ourselves in the environment conservation. It is what we will just have a look of this question. We will just discuss what are the steps you will take in your day-to-day life for environment conservation. Okay, in day-to-day life, if you are doing a small things that will contribute in the environment conservation. Like I know you all are very intelligent and you are following that too. Let us discuss all this. For first is here planting a tree. You can plant a small plant at your place, at your home, in a small pot. You can plant this tree and you can take care of that. It is also a part of environment conservation. Each and every person is planting a one tree or one plant and taking care of that. It will create a huge impact, good positive impact in the environment conservation, or we will get a good healthy environment. Next one is the save paper, save environment. If you save the paper, and it will also lead to the save environment. Like instead of using plastic bags, you can make use of paper and cloth bags. Okay, and we are doing that. We are following this. We are not using plastic bags right now. Okay, so we are contributing ourselves in conservation of environment. Then use of used papers. Whatever the used papers we have, we should not throw them out. We should not throw our notes in the waste. We have to reuse that paper. If it is possible, we can reuse that paper, using both the sides of paper to write or for print. Like you can see in printing, what they are doing, they are just printing for the one side of the paper. But if you follow this printing on both the sides necessary, then only you go for the printing. Otherwise, no. And for that, if you want to print it, so print it on both the sides of the paper so that we can save paper. Like go paperless. Now we are going paperless. Like we are getting e-bills, e-books, e-pass. We are doing this and we are contributing in the conservation of environment. These are the small steps we have to follow so that we will conserve environment. Okay, these are the day-to-day activities. Next is what? Save water. How can you save water? We all are saving water. What we are doing? Stop wasting leftover water. Can be given to a plant. Whatever is leftover water, you can pour it to the plant. In this way, you can save water. Other one is tightly closing the water tap. We are very careless. We are not closing that water tap very tightly. Because of that, lots of water is getting wasted out. But if we do very small thing, just closing the tightly by tightening the water tap, it will create, it will conserve the water and we will contribute it in. Okay, for example, if you are playing Holi, I'm giving an example of Holi. In Holi, you can make use of natural colors instead of chemical colors. You can avoid the make use of water for playing Holi. These are the small things. Avoiding throwing garlands in running water, trash on public places. We should avoid all these things. It will lead to the environment pollution. But if we'll follow this, so it will lead to the conservation of environment. Making use of dustbins in public places. We should make use of dustbins. The dustbin are placed on the public places, but we are not using. We are just throwing trash. Wherever we are standing, we are just throwing. But if we'll make a habit that if we want to throw the waste material in the dustbin, that will leads to the environment conservation. We will get a clear and good quality of the environment. These are the small things. Save electricity. How can you save the electricity? Just switching off the light and fan buttons when we are not using it. Okay, it is the in this way you can save electricity. You can stop spitting at public spaces. Don't spit at public spaces. You can do the carpooling. Like carpooling means in one car, instead of going everybody carrying his own car, 2 or 3 people coming together and they are sharing that car to reach their places. So this is a carpool. It will also lead to the conservation. Air pollution will not be there, and good quality air we will. Avoid loud music. So we are using loud music for any kind of a function, but if you minimize the volume, it will automatically reduce the noise pollution. So this is the thing we can do. We will avoid the loud music, okay, in any kind of a function. These are the steps we can follow. But okay, now from this we can contribute the conservation of we can contribute in the environment. We will conserve the environment. But how we are responsible to create problems? Why we are responsible to conserve the environment? Let us talk about that. Why we are responsible? Why human beings are responsible to conserve the environment? Let us take up one point here. The interrelationship between human and environment. Human and environment is interrelated. From the last previous lectures, we are talking on that is humans and environment. They are both are interrelated with each other. They are interrelated only getting formed. No, so their interrelation is there. Humans stepped on the earth long after formation of the earth. Earth बनने के बाद then only the human came after long duration of the time. Then too, he is superior than other animals. Why he is superior? Why human beings are called superior than other animals? Because they have some characteristics. Human beings have some characteristics like intelligence, memory, imaginary ability, etc. These characteristics are making human beings superior than animals. Human beings are using their intelligence, their power, their imaginary power, and they are giving us a good quality of life or luxury life. And what happens? They are starting utilizing these characteristics, and they have prepared their life very. They are living a luxury life. Because of which, what happened? The attitude of domination is created in the human being. They start dominating the nature. How they start dominated? They start utilizing all the natural resources which are present in the nature for their purpose, for their luxury life, to get a satisfactory life. And they kept on snatching the environment. They kept on snatching all the natural environments to get the luxury life. And what happened? It leads to the problems. Like we have discussed earlier, for betterment of the life, they have snatched all the resources. They have created many technologies, but these are again coming back and they are creating problems for themselves. So humans are playing a crucial role in maintaining the environmental balance. Why? The problems are created by human beings, and they are responsible to solve this problem, to maintain the balance again. Human beings are responsible to create the imbalance in the environment. So they have to resolve this problem. That is why humans are responsible for conservation of environment. That is our social responsibility. We are responsible to conserve the environment. Now, look at the picture here. You can see beautiful butterflies are flying there. You just have to search on this question: how do butterflies contribute to environmental balance? You have to write down the notes on this. You have to take a picture and you have to send the pictures to your respective teacher. Okay, this is your activity. Now, I would like to give a short story. a story about a man. It is a big story. It is a big story of a small man living in India. And I'll just narrate the story and you have to listen it very carefully. The man whose name is Jadav Mulai Payang. What is the name? Jadav Mulai Payang. A big story of a small man. Jadav Mulai Payang, he is a highly capable person in Assam. He was living in the states of Assam and he born in 1963. He was working as a forest worker since the age of 16. Once, large number of snakes died in the flood of Brahmaputra river. As a preventive measure, he planted 20 bamboo plantlets in. Okay. And in 1979, what happens? The local social forestry department began a social afforestation project on 200 hectares of land. Mulai was one of the few forest workers who were looking after that project. Okay, Mulai continued to plant the trees even after completion of the project. He continued planting. As a result of his continuous work of planting and caring for them, what happened? There is a big forest formed on the barren area. Okay, the area is covered 1360 acres. What happens? His continuous works of planting and caring for the trees, the barren area witnessed the forest cover over 1360 acres. Today, the jungle in Kokilamukh, Jorhat districts of Assam is the result of the hard 30 years of that man. He has awarded by government with the prestigious award called Padma Shri Award. Now, forest is well known as Mulai Jungle. Many people came together to destroy the forest. Jungle permanent a new forest. Story of Jadav Mulai Payang. He is a man. It is a true story from India, and he is living in the state of Assam. Where he is living? He is living in the state of Assam. When he born in 1963, he born. What he was doing? He was working as a forest wire. He was assisting the forest officers to do the forest work. And once what happened? The flood come in the Brahmaputra, and because of that, many snakes got died. And because of that, the land become barren. And he started thinking what to do now. There is no snakes. There are no, because of flood, everything is vanished. So he thought, and he did preventive measures. He planted 20 bamboo plantlets, and because of that, in local area in 1979, local social forestry department took a project of afforestation. Afforestation means planting the plants. The project was covered under 200 hectare of land. When the project got over, then too what Mulai did, he continued his work to complete planting a tree, taking care of them. He completed that work, continuous working of his he was doing to complete that. Okay, after completion of the plant project, also he was doing his work, non-work regularly. As a result, what happened? The barren area witnessed the forest cover over 1360 acre. The large amount of area is covered by the forest. It is the result of his hard work. He has done hard work, and there is this jungle in Kokilamukh of Jorhat district in Assam. Result, It is a result of his hard work of 30 years. He's been working from last 30 years. And because of his hard work, the government of India has awarded him with the Padma Shri Award, a prestigious award. The government of India has done a huge job in the conservation of environment. A only man, he has created the jungle over the 1360 acres. Not a small task. Okay. Now, forest is also known as Molai Jungle. That forest is known as a Molai Jungle. Okay. So, what happened? Many people came there together to destroy this forest. But single man, he determined, can establish a new forest. He was determined to work. No, I have to do it, and he did that. Okay. From this story, what we can do, learn from this, we have responsibility, learn about the determination. We have to determine to change the world. If we are determined to any kind of work, we can change the world. Then inculcation of the values. What kind of a value he has inculcated? He was having a love and affection towards the nature. From this story also we can take values in ourselves and we can conserve nature. So I think I have made it clear to you. Now this is the assignment for you. You have to do one activity at your place. You have to plant a plantlet. Okay, what you have to do, you have to plant a plantlet at your place, at your home, in a small pot, and you have to take care of it. When it will grow a little bit, you have to take a picture with that plant and you have to send it to your respective. That you will contribute to the conservation of environment. Okay. Now we'll go for the question and answer. See here, the Jadhav Molai Pang belongs to which state? He was belonging to the Assam. Name some day-to-day activities through which you can conserve the environment. You all are very intelligent and you are following all these activities, but you are not aware about that. But you will follow those regularly so that others, by looking at you, others follow. So you can name some activities other than I have told to you. Okay, and you will write it down and you will send it to your teacher. Then name some educational activities through which we can inculcate values on environment. Which are the values? Like positive attitude, scientific attitude. These are the values, affection towards the environment. We can inculcate education. I told you, inculcate these values through various activities like celebration of Science Day, then visiting. Okay, you will write it down and you will post it to your teacher. Time. Thank you.
Thank you, Pushpa.
Okay.
We will.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation, all the co-hosts.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.